Hello, I'm Andy, and here is your weekly horoscope from November the 27th, Sunday, to the 3rd of December, Saturday, 2022. And this is especially for you coming from Libra. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms. Your palms are magic. They belong to the energy of your soul, who is changing the lines and the signs for people like me to read your palms. And of course, your date of birth and time of birth will be included. And I will tackle your next 9 years in all areas of your life to show you how the momentum of life is beginning to work for you or not work for you. And I'll show you your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions. And I'll awaken that aura, that third eye and the soul. We get it too late in our lives. I'll show you how to awaken it earlier. We'll talk more about this later. So you coming from Libra, Sunday the 27th November. This is a nasty morning afternoon waiting for you. All kinds of accidents, verbal accidents, emotional accidents, and physical accidents can happen. And so you have to be very careful what you say, what you do in the morning, afternoon. You catch fire very quickly. And that's going to hurt people with whatever you do and say, making enemies very fast. You'll be the loser in the end with nobody coming to your side, nobody agreeing with you. And you can break partnerships of all kinds very quickly. And what about accidents? Verbal accidents, emotional accidents, and physical accidents. So much bad can happen, all because you are angry or you are dissatisfied. Evening and nightfall improves a great deal. That's how a day can change for you. Morning terrible and evening and nightfall very lucky. You can bond with people in this evening nightfall. Hour by hour, the slow and steady planets build it up for you nicely. And you can meet people and bond with them and get partnerships or get help of every kind. So go out and about in the evening, go out and about in the evening nightfall. And that's going to help you find your way with the help of long-term security as well. Monday, the 28th of November. This is a nasty morning afternoon. In fact, it's a nasty 24 hours day. Morning and afternoon, your ego is rampant, uncontrollable, making enemies with what you say and what you do. And this is how you make it worse and worse as the hours go by. In this morning and afternoon of Monday, the 20th November, to save yourself from disharmony, from being isolated, from being attacked by people, from getting a bad name, from weakening your position in job or business. Just say less and do less. That will save you a great deal. Form into a partnership that will help you not to be blamed alone. And you will lessen all the fury of the bad planets that way. Evening and nightfall, not much helpful. Even, in fact, it gets a bit worse. So, evening and nightfall, the planets of aggression and anger are there. Their duty is to make you angry and therefore open yourself to be blamed or to be attacked by people. So, take the soft approach in every possible way. Otherwise, you're going to attract bad luck throughout the whole day, and even worse in the evening nightfall, when the ego planets are also there, making you just have no tolerance and no teamwork with people. So it's all up to you to save yourself on this Monday, the 20th of November, or open yourself to be just getting lower and lower in spirit and to be a loser all the way, including accidents. Tuesday, the 29th of November, a very emotional morning, and you are not very happy either. So it's a problem for you to get your emotions in order. Well, you better get that in order if you are at work or in business, because work and business is all about logic. So repeat the words logic, logic, logic to yourself to get yourself back into logic rather than think emotionally where your dateline, where your mistakes made in job or business can be getting you really into trouble. So you need to have your common sense awakened and tell yourself to use logic and be very much harmonious to people as much as you can because you need friends. Evening and nightfall, the ego planets are tracking you. And they're making you again being very egoistic. This time also very dominating and stubborn. And this time being unnecessarily very pushy as well. So you can't expect to make friends in the evening nightfall if you go on like this. So do the opposite the whole day. Try to be part of a team. Try to show that side of you which can be accessible to partnerships. Otherwise, you're going to have a worse and worse day. The worst is in the evening nightfall. Excuse me. Wednesday, the 30th of November. This is also not a good day. It's not a good morning, especially where you have no sense of harmony with your bosses at work or with the people you do business. Why? Because these planets make you very stubborn. And when you do that, you don't care of the consequences. You will just show your temper firstly and show that tense a sense of domination quickly. And that will lead you to trouble with whoever you are dealing with in the morning, afternoon. Your plans may be too big with no foundation. So don't attempt things too big with no foundation. You'll crumble very fast before your eyes. And you can easily get into trouble with the law as well. So mind yourself when you're driving around. Don't drive fast. Evening and nightfall, the emotional planets are back. You are unhappy, you feel lost, you feel threatened at work, you feel not happy in personal areas. So it's a miserable evening nightfall period. Well, this kind of evening nightfalls is best that you remain on your own rather than to mix with people because the planet of argumentativeness is there. If you are with people, you will tend to be arguing unnecessarily. Well, especially if you're spoken down to. So say less and do less. Thursday, the 1st of December, my mind, this is not a good week for you. Thursday, the 1st of December, a lot of trouble waits for you in the morning, afternoon. Blame, blame, blame. You have to be careful. You can be blamed for just about anything where you work or where you do business because things are going to get wrong. And that's why the blame is coming aim right at you. So what can you do about this? Firstly, be member of a team is better than to isolate yourself and try to do things on your own just to win the glory. There will not be any glory. There will only be shame. There will only be reasons to give you all the blame. So be part of a team, you'll be safer. Say less and do less. And the same thing in the evening nightfall. Say less and do less. Because emotional planets are very unsteady. So evening and nightfall, if you don't go out at all, sometimes it's better to be with yourself and to try and find harmony slowly. Because the more you are with people, the more this ego planets of yours will give you the less opportunity to get harmony. Because the whole day is a straying of emotional issues. Friday, the 2nd of December, you'll have to be careful where you work. You'll have to be careful where you do business because these emotional planets are tracking you. How? They make you do mistakes and say mistakes. And that's how you get into trouble. And why does that happen? Because your mind is not focusing on the reality of the job or business. It seems to be focusing on the emotional strife you are having. So your mind strays and you make mistakes that way. Deadlines may not be furnished well. And that's how you make yourself open to attack and open to trouble where job, money, business is concerned. So be again in partnerships is safer. And the same with the evening nightfall. The trouble is, again, you're not going to get what you want. And you may turn rebellious. Rebellious means that you don't like rules and regulations. So you may behave in an awkward manner to show that you don't care for authority at all and open yourself to this emotional way of getting to be in trouble. So not a good Friday, 2nd December. Saturday, the 3rd of December, you become very boisterous, which means you want to take charge. You want to take control on this morning, afternoon. These planets will make you do that because you feel very self-confident and you feel that you are in charge and want to do all that to take charge. Well, my advice is don't because these are not your best planets. They'll give you the opportunity to plan for people and yourself, but it's going to go wrong. So you don't want to be the planner in this morning, afternoon, or the organizer. You want to be part of a team, and take cover is better, because some things are going to go very wrong on the Saturday, the 3rd of December. Evening and nightfall. It happens the same way. You're not happy and you are rebelling, and you're not on the same wavelength as people. So why bother going out? Tell yourself. If Andy says it's a troublesome evening nightfall, I'd rather be on my own and rather try and formulate how to find solutions on my own. Because outside with people in the evening nightfall, you're going to be disappointed, and you'll also be extremely dominating and stubborn. So you see, it's not a very good week for you. It happens sometimes in our life. Well, at least I've had the chance to tell you exactly what's happening. I have this 90-minute session for you, which will tackle your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and most importantly, reading your palms. Palms are very important to be read because nobody can have your palms. It belongs to the energy of your soul, who is changing the signs and the lines all the time. Yesterday, for example, 255,000 babies were born. Can they all have the same destiny? No, they can't, because each of them will have different palms. So palms are the ones that I must read together with your date of birth and time of birth. Astrologers or palmists who don't know palmistry well, they can never fathom exactly what's happening to you. And I'll show you how. Your lucky colors, lucky gemstones, lucky days, lucky directions. All these energies mean a lot because they build up that aura that you have. The aura is a very powerful tool of the soul. Human beings cannot see auras, but souls can see souls. And so when your aura is shining, other people's soul will look at that and they'll be attracted to you, and you are the winner. If other people look at your soul and it goes darker and darker, then they isolate you and you are the loser. That's how obviously it works. And I'll show you, if you like to play lotteries, how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers. It's a system which I will teach you once and for all. I'll teach you many things to get out of this system, which can be sometimes very troubling in our lives, periods of time which we call cycles. They repeat and they repeat. So I'll show you all that. So here's my email. Send me this email and let's get down to business. All it will cost you is USD $50 to know your next 9 years. In the meantime, I wish you a good week and I wish you good luck. Thank you. Goodbye.